for all.
She can break. Not dinner.
Don't be alone.
Dinner the 400.
How many do you want me to do?
Four.
Sunday.
17.
Friday.
Oh.
Saturday.
Really more of Friday. Yeah, what? Doris. Friday.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, I was doing.
That's
Never question mark.
Question
1.7.
1.7.
2.2.
Honey, after risk of trench, you get risk of
After
what?
after a risk of
2.1.
water, 2.1.
2.1, measure the risk of collapse up to 2.1. 2.1, year 2017 November for the risk of collapse. And then I was saying, this is our trench. Trench is the length of the wall plus the width of the backfill again. So risk of collapse, you didn't have this side, that side, and the other side. Imagine this as a trench. If you are next to it, there's a possibility that soil will fall inside, even when you're on the other side, same as when you're on the wing. Now we are going to fall into that trench. So risk of collapse happens on the length, it happens on the length of the trench, and also the width of the trench. So let's take off ROC, its length and height, you underline again, and then the width and height. This is 2.1. You also need to square because the length is on this side and also on the other side. Width is on this side and also on the other side. So what's our length of the trench? We calculate it in question 1. 20, comma?
49.
49, and then the height is 1,22. The trench starts below the concrete footing until natural ground level, so it's 220 plus 1,000. 20,49 here, we got it by adding all these lengths and then plus the width of the field. And then we square here, we underline what's our width of the trench. We use the width of the concrete footing again. It's 0,96 and a height of 1,22. You square, you underline. 2.2. Determine the height for the backfilling. 2.2. It's height of backfill. Height of the backfill. We backfill starting from on top of the concrete footing again until natural ground level. We backfill to the sides of the walls again. So when you backfill, what's the height of the backfill there? 1,000. You don't calculate, you just look at your diagram and start on top of the concrete footing until natural ground level is 1,000. 2.3. 2.3, measure the item for backfilling. Measure the item for backfilling. Backfill is in meter, square meter, or cubic meter? Cubic meter. So backfill, cubic meter. When we backfill, again, we're going to backfill to the trench. We're also going to backfill to the sides of the wall. Again, we backfill to the trench, we backfill to the sides of the wall. So when you backfill to the trench, again, we're saying it's length, width, and the height. Height and backfill, what is it going to be? Height of backfill? 1,000. 1,000. What is, okay, this one is to the trench. We're backfilling to the trench. So it's 1,0,0, and then what's the width? With your trench.
0.
Width of backfill.
0.3.
Width of backfill, you can, this is the width of backfill, 315 again. So 315
Oh,
is 0.
notice. It backfill to the trench,
And
right?
also to the sides of the walls.
So height here trench
Yes.
1,000.
Height your backfill. We are backfilling to the trench, but we are talking about backfill. So backfill, height your backfill, where does it start? When you take out height your backfill, this one here 2.2. Height your backfill starts here on top of concrete until natural ground. Your backfill. Height of backfill for, so we have the height of backfill for the trench, with the height of the backfill to the wall is going to be the same height. We are talking about the backfill. It's just like excavation, no excavation or what, where we use the concrete footing as the width. Mara height, we use the height of the trench. So someone else, oh, why more you use with the concrete footing, Mara height, yeah, trench. So more when you backfill, you're going to the same height here that you calculated there. So we get here and I get my 0.32. Where are we getting this 0.32? Get 315 again. Okay, and then what is our length? The length of the trench is 20.49. Okay, so move is 2.3. Length is 20.49. Width, the width of the backfill again. We are backfilling to the trench matter. Width of backfill, we don't use the width of the trench, we use the width of the backfill. Again, width of the backfill, 0.32, which is 315. And then what's our height of the backfill? 1.00. You underline. How many sides do we backfill? 2. We backfill to 2 sides. Then you come, width of the wall again. Again, we also backfill to the sides of the wall. Width of the wall is
0.33.
we are backfilling to the width of the wall. We are also backfilling to the trench. We are backfilling to the length of the trench. We are backfilling to the width of the wall. Again, so width of the wall is
0.33.
0.33. Width of the backfill. Width of the backfill.
0.32.
Oh, 0.32. Get at 315.
0.32. Height.
1,000.
1,000. How many sides do we backfill?
2.
Backfill to 2 sides. Then we go to 2.4.
Conur high.
Are you recording?
I can conur high mo. Kolim kanela.
2.4. We measure the item for the concrete strip foundation. Now, concrete is measured in cubic meters, right? The length, width, and the height. Length of the concrete, footing.
Length of the
concrete footing. Again, 2.4, the same, we should measure the item for the concrete strip foundation.
0.96.
Length of the concrete footing. 2.4. Measure the item for the concrete strip foundation. For the concrete strip foundation.
Romana sama boto.
Romana sama what?
Hakete. Gua mga length na ya lobot.
Huh? It takes for the trench. Why does it take for the trench? It takes for the trench.
Length ya trench. Maybe Marco the footing is something got trench.
The footing is inside the trench again. The one we have counted the footing. No, so that's easier. The trench instead of the length of the wall again. So length, this is concrete strip foundation. Length at minimum 20.49. What's the width of our concrete? Width of concrete everywhere.
0.96.
0.96, and then our height
0.22.
0.2. Do we multiply more concrete? We don't. 2.5. 2.5. Measure the item for surplus excavation replaced by the footing and the wall. More the one cut away again. Surplus excavation. So it replaced. Cut away. So let us check the question carefully. Measure the item for surplus excavation soil replaced by the footing and the wall. Cut away. Hurry. There was a soil. There was soil here again. And then this soil has been removed. Again, cut away is removal of soil from the side again. We have removed that soil. What has that soil that has been removed replaced with? You replaced again. concrete footing. Now when you're doing cutaway again, cutaway on your mind will, oh, they took out the soil. What has the soil been replaced with? It has been replaced by concrete footing. It means when you do cutaway again, cutaway it takes the measurement, the things that have replaced the soil. So more by what has replaced the soil, but by the footing. This is our footing, the concrete footing, and the wall. You don't cut away 2 times. You have the concrete footing, you have the wall. Okay? Concrete, but in cutaway, it takes the measurement, the things that have replaced that cutaway. Okay? More there's a wall. There was soil here. It has been removed. Remember, so there was soil here. The soil has been removed. But they put concrete foundation. The soil that was here has been replaced by 960. The soil that was here has been replaced by 330. So cut away 2.1, 2.5 again. Cut away, we're going to start with the concrete. Cut away is in cubic meters, square meter. Cubic. Length, width, and height. What is the height of cut away?
24.
Height.
0.22.
0.22. Height ya cutaway.
Yeah, concrete footing.
Mama, height ya cutaway. Yes,
Oh,
cutaway to concrete footing, but cutaway.
1.22.
Why 1.22?
Imhaka ku height ya foundation wall plus 220 leya.
Kama wana 1.22?
Yes.
The shop.
Yeah, grow return to replace it. What hearing?
Right now I'm doing for the concrete, so you're not idea.
Concrete, I see concrete footing here is 0.2. Height I see 0.22 ya concrete.
2 plus 1,000.
Cutaway, when does it start? When does it end? Cutaway. When you talk about cutaway, you talk about
In general.
in general.
Isungula la hansi ka footing. Isungula hansi ka footing. Until hansi ka G.
Until okay. Now I get what doing cutaway to the concrete footing. And I said cutaway already there was soil and the soil has been removed. It has been replaced by concrete footing. So how is the cutaway look like?
0.22.
0.22. Again, it has been replaced by concrete footing. I feel like it's 2.8. So it's 0.22. And then what are we?
0.96.
0.96. Like the concrete footing. Like the concrete footing, we said it takes the length of the trench, right? Can you get length of the trench?
20.4.
And then you underline. After this, the same bracket again, you do for the wall. Length of the wall, what's the length of our wall?
19.86.
19.86. So it's 19.86. What is the width of our wall?
0.33.
Width of the wall?
0.33.
0.33. Height of the cutaway to the wall?
1,000.
1,000. Like, how we are not doing a cutaway, it stands below concrete footing. Okay? But right now we need to divide them because we're doing cutaway to the concrete, the cutaway to the wall. Like, which again. So if we say no wall is 1.22, we are wrong because one year again, the concrete footing, you're not that 1.22, we are wrong because concrete footing are meant to be so cut away to the concrete footing takes dimension of the footing, cut away to the wall takes the dimension of the wall. So that's how we do it. And then let me just go back again, more question 2.
Not tomorrow. The other one.
Okay, and I'll timetable.
Can I say what I got to speak young much?
Next week, if you.
About the first week of March.
Next to the right, first week of March.
No timetable.
Oh, I don't end up the 3 weeks.
This is the thing. What's that thing?
Okay, so question 2, let's go back. Question 2.1. Measure the item for the risk of collapse. How many times do we calculate the risk of collapse?
2 times.
2 times. Because risk of collapse, you think of a trench again, and then you think, oh, trench has a length and it also has a width. So risk of collapse, there's a risk of, when we are studying on all 4 sides, this table is a good example. This is our trench again. With that side. There's a risk hour and the soil can collapse this side. Now give me that side, there's a risk that can collapse this side. If someone is telling you there's a risk hour, the soil can collapse this side. So it's 2 times again on the length and also on the width again. Then you also need to multiply by 2. So 2.1 ROC. Give to the length and to the width again. So here it's length and height. You underline width. Then risk of collapse, you know what we need to multiply that 2 because it's this side and also the other side again. So you multiply here by 2, you multiply there by 2. So length of our trench came like 20,49. We got this length of the trench by saying the length of the wall. This is the length of the wall. The length of the wall it gave us 19.86. The length of the wall is 5.7 plus 4.2 plus 5.7 plus 2, 1.0 and plus 2, 1.0. It gave us 9.86. But as you can see, the dashed lines here and they represent backfill again. Backfill, they said it's 315. So here there's the backfill. So the trench is the width of the wall plus the backfill. So it's plus 315 plus 315. It gave us 20,49. The height of our trench, the trench starts below the concrete footing, so it's 220 plus 1,000 again. So it's 1,22. The width of the trench uses the width of the footing. So what's the width of our footing?
0, high about 0.96.
0,96. And then the height?
1,22.
1,22 is the height of the trench. So we are done with 2.1. Okay, we're gonna okay, and then 2.2. Okay, then we are going to 2.2. Under 2.2, what determines the height for the backfill? Backfill with backfill starting from where? The height, how do we get the height of backfill? Height of the backfill. Height of the backfill?
From the top of the concrete footing.
From the top of the concrete footing, so it starts here until natural ground level. So it's 1,000, right? No need to calculate. 2.3? 2.3. Measure the item for backfilling. Backfilling is measured in cubic meters again. So 2.3, this is cubic meter backfill. We are measuring. When they say measure, it means we take off. So it's the length, the width, and then the height. What is the length? Oh, backfill, how many times do we calculate it? Twice. We have one, it's to the what?
Trench.
We have to the wall. So backfill will backfill to the trench, backfill to the wall again. So this one is to the trench. So the length is like
20,49.
the length of the trench is 20,49. Width 0.32. Okay. The width, we are not taking the width of the concrete footing because we're talking about, we know that width of the trench is 96 again, but we're talking about backfill. So here the width and the backfill, which is 315, they gave it to us, so it's 0.32. Then what is the height of our backfill? That's 1,000, 1,00. How many sides do you backfill? 2 times. So multiply by 2. Then to the wall, what is the length of the wall? 0, length.
The length is 19,86.
The width, sorry, the width of the width of the wall because I get to this side and this side. So again, this is the width of the wall to this side and this side. Wall, so it's 0.33, and then the width of the backfill 0.32, and then height 1,0. Then we multiply that backfill 2,000, and then 2.1, 2.4, Measure the item for the concrete strip foundation. In length, width, and height when we talk about concrete. This one is the concrete. What's the height of the concrete?
20,49. Eh?
Height
0,22.
0.22. The width
0,96.
0.96. Then the length. You take
20,4.
the length of the trench again. Do we multiply more concrete?
No.
2.5.
Cut away.
Cut away. When we cut away, how many times do we cut away? Give for what and what?
Concrete and wall.
The concrete and the wall again. Cut away a cubic meter length, width, and height. What is the height of the cut away to the concrete? What is the height of the cut away to the concrete? 0.22. Cut away, when you talk about cut away, the soil has been removed and what has it been replaced with? It has been replaced by a height of 0.22. Then the width of 0.96. There are the dimensions. Then the length 20,49. You underline. Now it's to the what? To the wall. And then what is the length of our wall? 19,86. I guess this is your wall. From here to there is your wall. I guess there was soil here. What has the soil been replaced with? By 19,86. I get more. This one place more. There was a soil before they put the wall again. So that's what that size here now is 19.86, and then the width 0.33. What's our height? 1,00. The cut away to the wall starts here at natural ground also is 1,000. So we are done with question 2 again. Mama.
20 plus
25.
Okay. Fahrenheit last year what time?
Question 3.1. Calculate the height of the 330 millimeter thick wall. Height of the 30 millimeter thick wall. You look at the diagram. Give me what's the height? What's our height there? Height of the 330 wall.
1,224.
The height is 2,440 plus 1,000. From here up until there is 1,000. Then the wall, this is what it ends. On top, I think there is a grouping, something like this. So it's 2,440 plus 1,000. It gives us
344.
3,440. They just said you should count.